What are you doing, Russell? Oh. What are you doing in there, Russell? Hey, buddy. Making lots of noise. Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm working on filling up just a few containers with greens out here. I've got some leftover materials from other projects, which was so fun. So we filled up the 14 large containers along our east fence line, and they look so fun and festive, and I'm so glad I ordered a little bit heavy because I hadn't really planned on doing a whole lot of other containers out here, and these look so sad. So sad and empty, and I'm not planning on doing anything extra over the top or extra fancy. I just want to kind of dress them up and make them look a little bit soft and a little bit, I don't know, just full of something. So you can see that I've already been out here with some hot water. These had frozen soil in them, and I'm going to utilize some other things that I had on hand. I bought these lanterns a couple years ago at Walmart, like Better Homes and Gardens brand, I think, so I need to scrounge up some candles to go in there. And then I've got some of the Pinpoint Blue Cypress right here. There's another one. I thought those might look really neat with some lights on them, and then just a few little greens. I had these evergreens in the greenhouse. I had planned on putting these in the new property somewhere, and we just kind of ran out of time, and we didn't have the water set up where I wanted them to go. So I was just going to winter them in the greenhouse, but I think what I'm going to do is just dig out a little hole here and just sink them down in their plastic pot and everything. I'm not going to even plant them for real. Then we're going to have to do some cleaning. Oh my goodness. And I think we're thawed out enough. Maybe. Oh, we got a little ice right here still. I think I've got a little hot water left. This is the first time I've ever had to do this outside like this, in this quantity. Okay, I can also give you an update on this wreath. Remember this? We'd foraged all of this stuff out of the garden like late summer, early fall, and it's held up so beautifully right here. So this is completely dried and preserved. So I can just put like a garbage sack, just kind of sleeve it in a garbage sack and tie it off up here and hang it down in the basement or up in the barn loft, and we can use it again next year. Anyway, I do have a wreath that I'm going to replace this one, something that looks a little more Christmassy. And then after we're done with this project, which shouldn't take me very long, we are going to head up to the front arbor where we have those gorgeous savannah urns from Unique Stone. We did them up for spring, summer, and fall this year, and then we just recently cleaned them out, and I think the soil's actually thawed in those pots because they're in full sun. I have no idea how it's going to look up there, and Idaho Power is working very close by that area right now. They're working on getting all of the power poles removed, which is so exciting. But anyway, I'll just kind of give you a look around once we move up there. So I think I'm just going to get started on this, and then I'll give you a tour when it's all done. I think it turned out so cute and simple, and utilizing things that I already had on hand. Like, nothing that I have here did I buy fresh, except for, of course, the greens, but those were leftover. I mean, those were bought for a different project. So I'm calling this one a win. Other than the fact that I think I made the stairs look dirtier than they were to begin with. I didn't realize, I mean, I had to thaw out the containers somehow, and I didn't realize the water was going to kind of curl its way up front. And then, you know, when you remove soil from containers, it kind of flips all over the place. So then it just smears and turns into ice. So, you know, You win some, you lose some, but the wreath looks really pretty. That's just a faux berry wreath I've had, I think, since we moved. I think I had this in the old house. And it's just bright and festive. The pinpoint blue cypress, which I have these fairy lights that I got from Gardener Supply. They're on copper wire and they're really long. They're plug-in style. We have a plug-in right here, so it's perfect. And the thing I love about these is that the plug-in, like the wire that comes from the plug-in itself, is really long before the lights start. So you're able to go a great distance without having to use an extension cord all the time, which is so nice. But I think that those look cute, just kind of curled around the pinpoint blue cypress there. And then of course, you saw that I just sunk the pot itself. See that right there? Down in the urn. So I'll just be able to pop, oh, I didn't do that very well, did I? I'll be able to pop that out in the spring and just kind of treat it as normal. I used noble fir boughs, some holly, and some incense cedar in the base here. And then there are the lanterns. I lit the candles, but I don't think we're gonna get the full effect until it's dark. And these were brand new candles, so they're not burning very enthusiastically yet. This actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought, you know, I'll just pop some greens in, it'll be kind of simple. But it really, I think it turned out fairly effective, other than the icy mud kind of mess that I created right here. I almost feel like I need to put up a sign. Says, don't use these stairs. We never use this sun porch, like, ever. So the stairs are just basically here for looks. I don't think anybody will use them. All right, so let's move on to the savannah urns. All right, so we're gonna end with the savannah urns up here in the full sun, which is nice. It's nice and toasty up here. And it makes for a much cleaner job because this soil is already thawed. We don't have to get any hot water out. Thank goodness. It's a mess when you have to do that. And they are just working away over there in the corner. Look at all of the equipment. Oh, they've been at it all day yesterday and all day today, making huge amounts of progress. And I do want to show you a couple of extra supplies that I went and grabbed for these containers earlier on. I might utilize them, I might not. So not all of these things did I have on hand, in that, like, I'd already used them in another project, like on the back sun porch, because I got these earlier. These are faux picks right here, but they look pretty darn good. We've got Dusty Miller, and then we've got these red berries right here, which I may or may not use those. I also may or may not use these gold snowflakes. Maybe I could incorporate them in somehow. I'm not sure. And then you might remember we did a mail time where we opened these Verona obelisks up. These are from Gardener Supply. And this is a small size. There's a small and a large size. And I hadn't had an opportunity to use them yet. So I think this is gonna be our centerpiece. And I might put lights in them. I might put the snowflakes in them. We'll just have to start in and see what happens. So here we go. These turned out super cute. And of course, I ended up using every bit of everything I brought out here. The Dusty Miller picks, the berry picks, the obelisk, the snowflakes. And the snowflakes, I totally envisioned myself attaching those to some sort of stake and then, you know, sticking them down in a container, but they're heavy because they're metal. They're heavy metal. And so kind of just tucking them into this obelisk makes it perfect. And while that obelisk in the center is the perfect height, like the proportion is perfect, it's not very bold. So I think the snowflakes actually made it show up a little bit better. And then I did my greens and other elements in kind of layers. So you can see the noble fir boughs kind of there in the center, and they kind of come out the sides too a little bit. And then I tucked in the incense cedar, which is the nice drapey evergreen around the edges. And then I did a nice little layer of Dusty Miller and then a layer of the berries. And I'm totally casting a shadow on this one, but let me get out of the way. And I'm not gonna put any lights in these for now. I'm gonna take a look this evening, but you can see this arbor is completely decked out with white lights. And so is the whole fence line. So the whole fence line is swagged. This tree has lights in it. The crabapple has lights in it. There are just lights all over the place. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I put white lights in these, if they would kind of just blend in with what's going on here. So I'll just kind of play that by ear. And you can see that we have the ones with the green cord. I don't know if that's what you call wire. Because we can only ever find the white wire ones in 50 count strands, which is just not an economical thing to do when we put up as many lights as we do. And honestly, you don't notice it at night. So it's all good. And I'm just realizing right now that I probably should have wore a microphone. I don't know if you can hear all of the activity going on right nearby me, but it doesn't bother me one bit because I know what's going on and it's super exciting, but I just hope it's not too loud in the camera. But either way, super excited about these two little groupings of containers. It just dresses things up a little bit more. I've got one more outdoor area that I plan to tackle, and that's the sun porch right up there. One of these days I'll get around to it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was inspiring, I guess. I don't know, just to see a couple of containers come together. If you haven't done yours yet, it's totally worth it. You could even eliminate like the red elements if you wanted to, and maybe tuck in some white elements. And that way it'll take you from right now all the way through January into February. And it's just something you can enjoy looking at through the winter instead of having empty containers sitting out. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.